Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, the voice of rural America. Thank you for joining us this morning. FYNTV.com, coming to you every day, Monday through Friday. Right now, our live broadcasting is from 8 a.m. to 10:30. We air a show every morning at 10 o'clock, the Katie Sassine Show. That on the first Monday, I think that's June 5th, but it'll be the very first Monday of June. We'll go to a 1-hour show. Katie, want to give her a shout out. She graduated yesterday from Kennesaw State. This is the Katie Sassine Show. We got a picture of Katie there. She graduated yesterday from Kennesaw State. We want to say congratulations to her. You can see her show every day right here. That's Katie. You can see her show every day at 10 o'clock. And after June 5th, I think is the first Monday of June, that show will go to 1 hour a day. So we're going to be telling you a lot more about the new Katie Sassine Show that we have prepared for you first Monday in June. So congratulations again there. Also, broadcasting. Now, Sam, we are going to, we try to, if you have, folks, we never want you to look at our broadcasting and think that we did not choose your school or your event. If you have an event, if you have something you would like broadcast on this channel, FYNTV.com, let us know. We are going to record the talent show, right, Sam? What we got there?
Yes.
When is that?
The 16th.
We're gonna, and that's where at?
The middle school talent show.
So Gilmer Middle School talent show. I'm excited about that. We're gonna do that on the 16th, and is that a Friday?
It's a Tuesday.
A Tuesday. So we'll just tell you now, that Wednesday we're going to broadcast it at 10:30. That Wednesday we'll broadcast a couple days. I'm looking forward to that because it's always a lot of fun. The Gilmer Middle School Talent Show. So if there's something out there with your school or any of your activities you would like for FetchYourNews.com, FYNTV to record and broadcast, let us know. Follow us on Facebook. Now, let me tell you so. Follow us on Facebook. Join our YouTube page, FYNTV Fetch Your News. Follow us on Facebook, Fetch Your News. And then you can always go to FYNTV.com. And you can follow us on Twitter at Fetch Your News, at FYNTV. And the reason I tell you this is because sometimes in the middle of the day, we get something happens very quick. We have to get on it right then, and we may broadcast live. I'm going to broadcast tonight a healthcare forum, a public town hall, and I'll tell you about that over in Gainesville. So that's going to be live tonight. A lot of times we don't know if we can go live until we get to the event to make sure we have adequate internet to broadcast. So anyhow, keep up with us and we'll let you know everything going on. Before we get too far into the show, I want to thank Rita. I like to see if I can't go through and get some of our viewers every day and give you an appreciation, because we don't forget here in rural America. That's a difference that we don't forget in rural America. You know, we say appreciate you. All right, that's what we do. That's what we say. So in Washington, D.C., well, it's a whole different world. So first of all, Rita, thank you very much for the kind words. You send messages all the time. You comment about the show. I want to thank you and give you a shout out this morning. Also, I want to thank a new listener yesterday. This comes from, we'll just give the name, Sally. I watched your FYNTV this morning for the first time. You crack me up. Well, I'm glad I was able to crack you up. I do not like, and this is the part, I do not like political talk shows at all. But really, I could probably watch you sometimes. Hope all is wonderful, Sally. So she could probably, she doesn't like political talk shows at all, but she could probably watch us, so thank you. That's from a new viewer. Now, getting into today's show, One more thing, another little side note. Tomorrow, we have to look at Sam. We'll have to look at the weather again and see if, just a little overcast is not going to stop us. There was many mornings last summer that we were at Sycamore Crossing and it looked a little overcast, so that won't stop us. We just cannot broadcast outside with a blowing rain, when the rain has a mix with wind on account of equipment. But we'll be at Sycamore Crossing, our outdoor show, starting tomorrow at Sycamore Crossing, downtown Blue Ridge. Right there, you'll see Tupelo Tea. You'll see the new Blue Home and Gift. I think that's what it is. You'll see the Broken Bull. I'll be glad to be back at the Broken Bull, but it'll be a minor problem. I don't call it a problem because after the show, I always go in there and shop. So, because it's right there. I love the Broken Bull. So we're going to be glad to be back there. We're going to have our Pet of the Week starting tomorrow. That's another thing. We have to get in touch with Rena today after we confirm right after the show and let her know that we'll be there tomorrow for Pet of the Week. For the Humane Society of Blue Ridge, we always have our Pet of the Week. Then we have Ask the Doc with Dr. Whaley every Friday morning at 8:15. And then at 9 o'clock, we have our all-star panel. Don't want to miss that. Okay. I think all those announcements I had this morning were diversion tactics, right? A diversion tactic. I was trying to divert away from really having to get into some of the things that are going on today. That's what the Democrats, they cause diversion tactics. Before I go any further, there's a couple things I want to remind you of, and I probably need to do this on a weekly basis. You remember CPAC, okay? All right, now, I don't know 100% what's going on in the White House. Obviously, I don't. Not even 98% do I know what's going on in the White House. And I do want to tell you something. On this show, FYNTV.com, with your help out there, we will get to the point that we will have some internal sources, more internal sources than we have today. Okay, we're a small network, so obviously what I'm really limited to is looking outside of everybody else's sources and looking outside of everybody else's articles and trying to discern what direction they're going in. If you're waking up this morning, it seems to me that Steve Bannon still works in the White House. Okay, he may be leaving, I don't know. But that's not taking up the front page of the paper. Sensationalizing fake news is what they do daily. So if you'll recognize this morning, Steve Bannon seems to still work in the White House. Priebus is still in the White House. That's interesting. We haven't seen we haven't seen pictures of a Jared Kushner, Steve Bannon boxing match in the White House, that West Wing. This is the White House in chaos, and he's still there. So, at CPAC, now the future of everybody in the administration, and obviously we see, and we are going to have to be together. I'm going to have to come talk to you in the morning, and no matter who's on the other side of the camera, we have to understand we're together, okay? This is where we come back to, all right? After the media wants to leave the ground in every issue out there, you and I come back to this every morning together. And this is what we're going to have to do for the entire 4 years. And let me throw it out now, okay? May 11th, 2017, 8:10 in the morning. I have told many people that I knew Donald Trump would be the next president of the United States from the time he came down the escalator. Is that shocking? I'm going to tell you now, this morning at 8:10 a.m., that Donald Trump will serve 8 years. Okay? But that's only if the outside forces don't win. And we'll talk more about that. But right now, Trump's an 8-year president. Bannon is still in the White House, but Bannon went to CPAC, remember? And Bannon said, and this is what we're going to have to do weekly, Bannon said, if you think they are going to give our country back, okay? If you think they are going to give our country back without a fight every single day, you're badly mistaken. So you have to get up with that. That needs to be, I mean, you need to write that down. I mean, I think I have the quote correct, okay? But you need to write that down somewhere. And every time the media comes up, and you know, you're only human out there. There's only 2 or 3 of us that are not human, okay? So, you know, it's like, there's only a handful, okay, with Superman powers. So, what you have to do is you have to write some little things down. I'm just being encouraging this morning, okay? And when that media gets you just on that edge that you think that they're bringing you away from focusing on the issue, focusing on what we have to do in this country to make it great again, okay, you need to just take those out and read them. I'm serious. That's what you need to do. You need to get you a little sheet. Now, I don't want you to take this wrong, okay? Please do not take this wrong, because I don't want to mix religion and politics, all right? Don't get upset out there. We have a lot to do today. But what we have to do is we have to fight the wave. We have to fight the wave that the Democrats and the media are trying to create to get them in the White House. I mean, to get a takeover of the House of Representatives. I'm serious. We have to fight it. I mean, you know the guy that when the wave starts at the ballpark just sits there and says, you know, the hell with it. I'm not getting up. I got a hot dog. I got peanuts. I got a Coke. The hell with the wave. Okay? I'm telling you. If it keeps going around the stadium the way they're trying to, you may not like the way I'm putting this together. All right? If it keeps going around and more people keep standing up and go, whoa, we got a problem. Here's what you're going to do. You know, you got those, don't get mad at me out there. I'm really asking nicely. But a lot of people have those, like, you know, Bible promise verses. And if you're going through something throughout the day, you know, pull out the little book that says, you know, Bible promise verses, and you read a verse that's encouraging, or, you know, to, you know, and I'm good with that. I mean, I'm good with that. I have one myself. Okay, we're good with that. So what I'm saying is you need to write down a little sheet of promises President Donald Trump has made with you. And I'm not equating them. Please don't quit yelling through the camera. It's, you know, you can hear it through the camera. Okay, so there's no comparison. But you need to write down a handful of Donald Trump's promises to you, the American people. You need to write down the things that he has done to keep his promises to you, the American people. You need to write down, like when Steve Bannon says, if you think we're not going to have to fight every single day to get our country back, you write these things down and pull them out when you get disheartened. And you will, because I'll tell you, the media is powerful. Very powerful. Now, let's look, and we'll break it down, but let's go so we can start talking about these in the next segment, okay? MSNBC, Morning Joe, Show Joe and Minka. I mean, we can't start a show without the love boat. Was Trump, what does that say? Was Trump, can you make them any smaller for me, Sam? I mean, are you testing me? Yeah. I mean, my God, she's doing an eye, I feel like it's an eye chart.
At least then you don't have to move over, you know?
Well, the only thing, I agree with you, Sam, but the only thing I'm waiting for you to say when you put that up, say, can you read that from left to right?
All right. Was Trump's frustration with Comey personal?
Oh, they are breaking it down this morning. Mika and Joe, they were breaking it down this morning. Joe, have you looked to the left? I know you went to the left. Joe, you went all the way to the left. Okay? Did you look? Tomorrow I'll say what I don't want to say today. Okay, get that down. Polling 1. So we can go to break. This is that. All right. What's that say on the top? Congressional job approval by party. Okay. Now this is on MSNBC. Boy, they're working this. They're trying to create the wave this morning, okay? This is all over. The media is trying to create the wave. They've gone, now we're going to talk about Comey. What they're saying is, these polls, the quinnipiac, I can't say that 3 times fast. These polls are before James Comey was fired. So they're working the wave, folks, okay? Congressional job approval by party. Disapproval, Republicans, 71% disapprove of Republicans' congressional job performance. Whoa. 58% only disapprove of Democrats. Wow. Okay. Approve, only 22% approve of the Republicans' party's job performance. But 34 polled approve of Democrats. Interesting. So give me polling number 2. Which would you like to see in control of the House? Democrat Party, 54% polled said they would like to see the Democrat Party in control of the House. 38% said they would like to see the Republican Party in control. Ooh, do you feel the wave? Are you feeling it out there? Can you feel it? Folks, Sam and I did, we wrote an article about a month ago, and we talked about the House of Representatives. And we talked about, a month ago on this show, the direction they were going and how they were going to work this around to where they could see if they could flip the House. Now, let's go to the next one, polling number 3. Widest margin ever measured, a 16-point favoring Democrats to control Congress. 16 points favoring Democrats to control Congress. Now, this is a test for Sam and all of you out there. If the Democrats controlled Congress, who would be in charge? Show me the picture, Sam. That's your test.
Okay, hold on.
See? Oh! Holy smokes! I would be as shocked too. She's like, oh, I won. And the Speaker of the House is Nancy Pelosi. Oh! You bet. I come here every day and tell you, you know what? If you're not telling your friends about this show, we have a game plan here. Now, we definitely have a game plan, and we're trying to stay out in front of this all the way. Right there. See, that's what they're working. They're working. You're going to find that everywhere today. Now, what number was I up to?
You were on 3, so we're going to 4.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, Nancy spooked. Oh, no pun intended. I'm sorry, folks, you get upset. Back in the old days, they called it spooked, right? I mean, right? I never know what I say. Like, I wanted to say, I wonder if Joe could call Minka sweetheart. Yeah, she's so to the left. I mean, she is so far. I wonder when Joe gets home, can he say, dear, sweetheart, honey? Can he say that? I don't know. Darling, can he? I'd love to see Joe call Minka darling. Oh, hell, all hell would break loose that day. Okay, President Trump's approval rating. Okay, 36% approve. He's down another 4. Oh, hell, he's getting right there at his base. If Trump keeps this up, he is going to be at his base. If Trump keeps this up, he will be at the numbers that he was all through the primary. If Trump keeps this up, he will be at the polling numbers that he had all through the presidential general election race. If Trump keeps this up, he will have the kind of polling numbers that the media told you for a year that he could not break, and his ass ended up in the Oval Office. If he keeps this up, Holy mackerel. Disapprove 58. You remember the ceiling? Trump can't break the ceiling. He's having a meeting in the Oval Office right now. 58%. Okay, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, this is a segment, Sam. We're not going to leave this yet, okay? We're going to take a break because I think you're going to have to get ready for the next polling number because there's devastating news in the next numbers I'm going to tell. After the break, I'm going to give you the most devastating news of the day. And it's not firing James Comey. I swear to God. It's not, did the assistant deputy attorney general almost resign yesterday? Obamacare is dead. There's no news more disturbing and breaking news than what I have after this break. Sam, take us a break. We'll be right back. BKP, the voice of rural America, right after these messages.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Family owned and operated and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices,
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey in Ellijay.
Better days ahead at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. We make everything better. It all starts with a huge new Chevy selection. Then we heap on the discounts to make sure your Chevy price is the lowest you'll find anywhere. And if you like great customer service, you'll love it at Days. Bigger selection, lower prices, easy financing, and great customer service. Your better day is just ahead at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hey, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show, 8:26 this morning, 5/11. May 11th already. Can you believe that? May 11th already. And can you believe that Trump is president of the United States of America? Can you believe that? Anyhow, BKP, the voice of rural America. You know, we tend to, I say we, because I want to make sure that I come here and it's clearly understood that, you know, I do not know what's happening out there without you. And when you get involved and you let me know what's going on in rural America, that's when we bring it to the people here. And that's everything we do is what you communicate to me. And I go to so many different events. I mean, from Little League Baseball to high school basketball to town hall meetings, you name it. I make sure I go to all kinds of things so you will convey to me what's important out here in rural America. It's that water. They go and they drink that Potomac water. And something happens. Hey, before we get into the devastating news, let me see if you can hear this.
SUISPONTE.
Oh, that's all right. So let me play that again.
Swiss Ponte.
Swiss Ponte, right? Is that what that said?
Mm-hmm.
Swiss Ponte. Let me see what that says.
What is that?
Swiss Ponte.
Swiss Ponte, right?
On its own initiative.
On its own initiative. Swiss Ponte. On its own. SUISPONTE. Swiss Ponte. On its own initiative. Okay. Just checking. Just checking. We'll be. Did anyone in the media read the memo? It's like, you know when you sent, remember the old days? Well, I just leave the blank there so you can take a minute to remember the old days. You remember the old days when you got the interoffice memo? Okay? Now this goes back in the old days where we had a tray on our desk. You remember back before all these computers and you had a tray and you better go check your tray and then, what was the guy on Office Space? The TP reports or whatever. Could I get those by the end of the day? Sure. You know, you have the guy show up at the cubicle. Did you not get the memo? Did you get the memo? Did the media read the memo by Rod Rosenstein? Did they read the memo? Because the media keeps reporting that the firing has a lack, okay? Has a lack of reasoning. The reasoning's just not there, okay? The firing, the reasoning's just not there. I wonder if they read the memo. The FBI has to be the most disciplined group. I mean, we're going to go over the memo in just a minute. I just wonder if they read the memo, because I read the memo, all right? And all of us, and we'll get into that in a minute, all of us, I'm going to say all of us on this show, out there watching, our viewers, we were stunned when Comey gave a press conference. Now, it's different on July 5th. It is different when the FBI director is called before Congress, okay? And what happens, let's just go into GBI, the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. Let's go into how these things work. So if there's a GBI investigation or there's an open investigation here in the news business, I wasn't planning to go this direction yet, but we'll elaborate in a minute. But here in the news business, we may call, we call the district attorney's office all the time. We'll call sheriff's office. We'll call GBI. If it is an active investigation, they won't talk. They will not give you anything if it's an active investigation. They won't discuss it. Now, they will hold press conferences. It's different than the FBI. And the FBI, but to talk about the status of the case, they won't talk. Now the GBI, let's use GBI, okay, because we're going to bring it down. If you're out there in Texas, you got what, the Texas Rangers. I'm not for sure what your state Bureau of Investigation is, but every state has a Bureau of Investigation. You have your FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, and you have your state. So for us, it's the GBI. So the GBI investigates a case in thorough. They get all the evidence. They put everything together. Then they go into their district attorney's office in that area where the case is taking place, and they present their findings to the district attorney in order for the district attorney to bring charges. Now, if a district attorney has to recuse themselves, meaning for some unknown reason they can't hear it, there's a reason why there's deputy district attorneys, okay? There's a reason why there's deputy district attorney, assistant district attorney, so on and so forth in your area, okay? Very simple. So, for example, your district attorney has to recuse themselves personally, but it doesn't have to leave the office. The district attorney won't be in the meeting. Usually they have to take it to somebody else in another district, a different district attorney. But the point being is, it's the GBI's place to go to the district attorney, then it's the district attorney's place to bring charges. Or it's the district attorney's place to come out to the microphone and tell people they were not able to find enough evidence or enough to substantiate charges on, they couldn't find the crime, okay? Because they'll always tell you they got to find the crime. So you have federal grand juries. When getting in the weeds, you have federal grand juries. So you go to the Department of Justice and you lay out what you have, okay? And they bring, so we all know on July 5th, that day on July 5th, what Comey did, okay, by coming out and talking about an investigation on July 5th, okay, that could have possibly been reopened, still to this date we could thoroughly be going through Hillary Clinton and her status as Secretary of State, okay? He comes out July 5th and holds a press conference and says they can't find anything and don't know what her intentions are. He did that, folks, on July 5th. You need to understand, on that day, most people in the agency, most FBI agents, they're not going to tell you this. Most people in other national security agencies, wherever they were at, knew that day that Comey had stepped over the line and that he had
Swiss County.
That's
on its own initiative.
He did it on his own initiative, totally against the Bureau's rules. We get it. I don't know if the media read the memo. I have no idea if they read the memo. We'll read it in a minute. Okay, let's go to the next polling that has me concerned. This, I know I told you before the break, and God knows, I got sidetracked. I don't know why Sam let that happen. But hopefully she can bring it back together here soon and I won't get sidetracked anymore. All right, now, wait a minute. Sam? Am I reading that correctly? Approval ratings among key groups. Independents, 29%. Is he down 9?
Yes.
Whites without a college education. Oh, hell, tell me it can't be true. Is that 47%?
Yes.
It's down 10?
Yes.
Where the hell do white people go? What the hell? Oh, no. We haven't lost the whites. It's over. They've been waiting on this day. If they could ever get the whites to turn against him. Oh my God. I told you, this is the biggest news there is. If even the whites without a college education. Because you remember during the election, the people that most loved Trump were those NASCAR rednecks down there in Alabama with no college education and a cooler full of beer. Remember that? And he's losing them? Oh my God. I think we should end the show. It's over. Let me see. I got to get my glass on. Sam, I can't see all the way there. I think you are misleading me.
Throwing your glasses around, you're going to break them.
Is that down 10? White men, 48% down 5?
Yeah.
Told you couldn't trust Whitey. Even Trump. They've even turned on Trump. Can't trust Whitey. I'm serious, folks. I'm serious. If you're not catching on to the wave they're trying to create, I told you everything. Let me say this. If you are caught up in the Daily Show, and I don't mean the Daily Show on TV, if you're caught up in the Daily Show that they try to portray as newscasts, okay? If you're caught up in that and you can't get home to watch half them damn shows, okay, because they portray themselves as newscasts, and they have great lighting, and they have great audio, and they have people on there. I guess they gender neutral. We'll just go with people, okay? If you're rushing home to see those newscasts every day that they call everything, that's a big word. Everything is about re-election. It's all about getting reelected. Every one of those politicians, it's always about getting reelected. And for the media, it's all about taking this guy down and making him have to deal with a Democrat Congress, and that will end him, and then they will impeach him, so on and so forth. But I'm serious as can be. This is out this morning, and you will see the media blow this up. He's lost. Whites without a college degree, they are down 10 points. I mean, it's May. And Trump is down with white men. He's down with whites without a college degree, 10 points. And it's only May. I mean, he can't even get 120 days. I mean, if this continues to slide. But let me tell you the comeback. Let me tell you the upside of this. Okay? Yes, I'm being facetious, okay? From time to time, you just have to tune into the show and be able to tell. So what's the next one, Sam? Oh. President Trump's first 100 days in office, 58% consider it a failure. Flat out failure. I mean, a failure. You know, we're not even allowed to say that in school anymore to kids, right? You failed. Oh my God, you can't. You can't. But flat out failure. Only 38% consider it a success. I don't know, is that Trump's ceiling, that 38% that got him through the primaries, that 38% that got him through the general election, that 38% that whisked him right into the Oval Office, that ceiling he could never break? Okay, 58%, folks, consider him a failure. I mean, I don't know, the mood is just sucking the mood right out of the room. Give me the next one, Sam. I'm depressed. Is Trump an honest president? I'm sorry, I can't get all worked up like yesterday. Is President Trump honest? All in the poll. Only 33% say he's honest. 61% say no. Only 73% of Republicans consider the guy honest. 21% say no. Only 9% of Democrats call him honest. 9%. 88% say he's not honest. You need to understand, let's stop there just for a brief minute. 9% of the Democrats consider him honest. 88% of the Democrats do not consider him honest. Those are the same 88% that consider Chuck Schumer honest. They consider Dick Durbin honest. They consider the guy up there that swore he was a Vietnam vet honest. The guy that, Pocahontas, remember Elizabeth Warren said, you know, she was Native American. She lied on her application. Honest. 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 That's who they are. Holy mackerel. 88%. They're watching Al Sharpton. Holy smokes. Only 28%. Only 28% of independents considered him honest. And that's what brought him into the White House, 67%. Poor guy. I wonder how he's getting through the day with this. All right, go to the next one. Now here, folks, just when you thought it was over for him, just when you thought it was done and over with, that people were finished, that people were catching on, Trump, what's that top say? Trump?
Trust more to tell the truth on important issues.
Who do you trust more to tell the truth on important issues? President Trump or the news media? The news media's got a 57%. That's who you trust more. Or President Trump, 31%. News media's making a comeback. I mean, you know, it's been making a comeback, right? Yeah, really? Do I have any more, or was that the last one?
That's the last one.
Okay, I can't take any more myself. News media or Trump? You know, the Washington Post says that Trump averages lying 5 times a day. I mean, 5 times a day. Oh, by the way, Steve Bannon still works in the White House. Just saying. Kellyanne Conway's still there. Just saying. Okay? Just say it. Kellyanne Conway's still there. Just say it. Yesterday, I'm going to take another break. I'm going to get set up for another segment. We're going to look at these poll numbers a little bit here in a minute again. But I want to get ready for another segment. But let's say this. I'm okay with Sean Spicer. I mean, you know, he's okay. I mean, if anybody in the administration, I'm stopping and thinking, they're okay. It's Sean Spicer. He's okay. I think he's jumped out there and doesn't know how. I don't think Sean Spicer knows how to go to the podium. Now, it's a difficult job when you have to go to the podium and give the American people a statement or the press a statement concerning something that a president like Donald J. Trump has said. That Trump could be meeting with somebody right now and say something different because that's who he is. So he's got a tough job. But all due respect, Spicer needs to go. If he does go, I'm not asking for him. He needs replaced with this lady right here. What's Huckabee? What's her name? What's her full name there, Sam? Put her up. Sarah.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders, right? Yeah. That's Mike Huckabee's daughter, right? Knocks it out of the park. I'm going to tell you something. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, there's very few men that stand up right in the... I mean, you got Kellyanne Conway. She will stand right up to anybody and go face-to-face, toe-to-toe. This lady right here, what's her name again? Sarah what?
Huckabee Sanders.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders. My vote today for press secretary. You do not get over on this lady right here. Okay? You just don't. She can handle it. Okay? I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a brief break. We're going to come back. Did anybody read the memo? I just wonder if you got the memo. Did you look in your tray? Just wondering.